starting back up where we left off. We're now in the city, and before we do anything else, we find the rule book, the story book. There it is. So I can do the story, or I can do what the event card says, but I think that the event card needs to happen first because it triggers as soon as we enter the city. It says each time the group stops in a town location, all characters become sickened 5. So we all got to test against sickened. And sickened resist ecology. Do you have ecology?
Yes,
+2. Alright, so you get a +2 to your roll. And so we need a 5 or higher. So he has trickery, awareness, and archaeology, but no ecology. So he's going to roll. Actually, I'll start with him since he's the one that has the start token. So you gotta get a 5. You got a 10. Sweet. Alright, and then you roll, so add your 2 to your roll. 11. Okay, and then the archaeologist. Hopefully we can continue to get some good rolls for him.
Nope.
1. So it says sickened ecology. A foul malaise has stricken you. Reduced your effectiveness in combat. In an encounter, roll damage twice and take the worst results. So at least it's just damage and not the actual roll for attack. Now is there a token that tells me that I'm sickened? That's the question. Okay, it says gain infection whenever sickened, when already sickened. So I think I'll just put that on my character to remind me that he's sickened. He's not yet infected. Because there is no sickened token. Which I wish there was tokens for that. Alright. Now it says in Ostalink, the streets are deserted with the exception of an occasional townsperson hurrying home or a drunk vagabond asleep in the alley. The few villagers you see scurrying on their way pause, only to regard you with cautious stares. You raise your arm and call out a friendly greeting time and time again, with only quickly averted eyes at a response. It does not take much to sense that something is wrong. You catch sight of a street urchin eyeing you from the side alley, unlike the rest. It seems her curiosity is winning over her caution. You wave her over and she hesitantly approaches. When you ask her about the town and why everyone seems afraid, she looks nervous and says many people are worried because of the strange things that are happening. It is worse in the countryside, and a lot of the farm folk have come into town. The inn is completely sold out. You ask the girl what she knows about wolves and the priests. For a moment she feigns ignorance, but after a bribe of food she tells you about the many recent wolf sightings. She warns you that some have claimed that the wolves seem to change in the moonlight. With a full mouth, the urchin says she knows nothing of a visiting priest, but that you might be able to find out more answers at the inn. So it says, choose your path tutorial. So before we choose our path, we do have to consider the person that we picked up along the way. It says choice 1. We chose to take her with us. It says, companion deliver her to a town physician within 4 rounds to gain 8 lore and a boon. Alright, and so when we get into a town, we can visit 2 places, I think, for Ostalink. Well, Ostalink we can only visit 1 place. One service per visit. And so we will drop her off at the physician. And so we each get 8 lore. Can you hand the pencil? So you can write down 8 lore on yours, because lore are experience points. And then a boon. The boons are tokens here. So we can just save that for whoever decides they need to use it. So the power points are what lets you use your special abilities. So like down here, again, like that cost me 2 power points there. Alright, and so we have a choice now. So we have to make a choice. There will be times when the group will have to make a choice, such as right now. You will not know the consequences until after the choice has been made. Follow the instructions in the dialogue box and then continue the story. If instructed to read a story moment, it is not required to share the information read with the rest of the group, although it is usually wise to do so unless told otherwise. So choose your path. Will you give the urchin some spare change? Choice 1. One character will give the street urchin a coin. If you have one, the character to do so must read story moment 25. Choice 2, if you decide to be uncharitable, the leader must read story moment 70 on page 50. What do you think we should do?
This is where we're at as far as the city.
That's where we needed to be.
So
So
we're choosing whether or not.
right. I think we should, because we're new to town and we want people to like us. I'll be the one to do that since I have 8 coins. Alright, so then I go to story moment 25 on page 46. As thanks, you toss a coin to the filthy child who catches it midair and makes the shining disappear quick as a blink. She turns to go, but then pauses to say, I know one more thing. The wolves like to hide in tall grass, ambushing their prey. Be careful. Gain a blue story marker. So that's the story marker. Story markers are awards that can either pause or cause a positive or negative event later in the story, but players will not know which is the case until it is revealed. Don't read ahead in the story. A story marker cannot be given to another character once the story is completed. All story markers are discarded. True to the urchin's words, the inn is bursting with people in heated conversation. Most of the patrons look to be farmers, with the occasional merchant in the crowd. The room goes quiet as you enter and you sense that you are not welcome. The innkeeper speaks. What is your business here? You tell the crowd that you are looking for information, specifically about the missing priests and strange wolves that have been giving the town trouble. The innkeeper growls. We don't know anything about a priest, and we can take care of a few wolves without any help from the likes of you. His words are fierce, but you notice several of the patrons look uncertain. Ignoring the other's uncertainty, he continues, we have no rooms here. You can have a drink, but afterwards I suggest you move on. So, story skill check. Trickery 7. A random character. So one of our characters has to randomly roll for trickery. So you're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have trickery? He has trickery. So 5, 6. No trickery, so he's got to get a 7. Ooh, this is gonna suck. He got a 10. He got it. So success. You deftly dodge the incoming projectile. The bottle shatters against the wall behind you. Luck seems to be with you. Gain +1 on your next search roll. So I think there's a +1 token in here. If I remember, maybe not. There's not a whole lot of tokens. So, but there's this little search token here. I'll just give him that for a +1 as a reminder. Alright, it says choose your path. The assault by the crowd has upset you. They are gaining confidence having made the first move. They are now getting ready to now they are getting ready for a good old-fashioned bar fight. Choice 1. If you decide to calm down the crowd to prevent somebody from getting hurt, read story moment 37. Or choice 2, if you decide to teach the peasants a lesson for being uncooperative, read story moment 58. Huh?
I don't really want to mess with teaching. We're trying to get information to the people. Well, how it is.
Yeah.
Courage.
Part of me wants to just knock them into submission so they know who they're dealing with, but we can go that route and try to calm them down to page 47. 37. Right. We need to calm this angry mob. Choose a character to speak 8 check. If the character was hit by a bottle, you receive a -1 penalty because the crowd has gained confidence. So, he has archaeology, awareness, and trickery. He has a speech +1, but I don't know if he can get a speech 8. So I'm going to put this card back up here. Alright, and so I don't know if he's going to be able to do this. He's only got a +1, he's got to roll an 8. So, and do you have a speech? No? 4 + 1 is 5, not enough. That's just dumb to have a speech 8. Alright, so then it says failure. You enrage the incensed patrons, bar fight, skirmish with an angry mob. We should, I guess, chose to fight with them anyways. So now we gotta find the angry mob here. Angry mob. There it is. So it doesn't say do anything at max, and so we get to roll for this one. So let's roll a 6-sided. A 5, so they're at 5. So they do +2 damage. So then we're going to choose to decide if we're going to attack or we're going to defend. So they're going to attack because we want to get through this mob. You're choosing to attack?
Yes.
Okay. And so the angry mob's going to attack first. They got a 69. So they're going to hit us. It says lose 1d4 Vita if the mob's total attack roll is 80 plus, increase the skirmish counter by 1 up to the maximum for the number of characters. So for Mike, let's start with the exorcist since he has the leader token. He's get a 2 + 2, so he takes 4 damage, so he's going to go down to 11. Wolf. And then for you, it's going to be a 4 + 2, so 6. And then for the archaeologist, 3 + 2, so that's 5. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. And you can use your abilities, some of the abilities, in a skirmish. As I'm reading the rules, it doesn't say when a player can use their ability like it does in the adventuring. So I'm assuming they can attack and still use an ability. So, and you took damage, and then he still needs to attack. Actually, you what? Took damage? He hasn't, no one's attacked this yet. So starting with him, he's going to use one of his cards, restore 4 Vita to yourself or an adjacent ally. And so he should be on 5 power points. He's going to go down 1. He's got infinite uses. And he's going to restore 4 Vita to himself. Going back up to 15. And then he's going to attack Angry Mob. Now, if someone knows the rules better, and if I can either attack or use an action or an action card, let me know. So he's going to attack first. So 61. Their defense is 42. So that's going to go down 1. And then your turn. E9. So then, do you have any action cards that say? They're ability cards, not action cards. Ability cards that say that you can do something on a skirmish.
No, it doesn't help. So you can roll 1d4 damage from the attack.
And can you place your hook over your other card since your other card is technically broken? No, I meant your other weapon. There you go. And then you have a shield too. What's your shield do?
Plus 5d10 exhaust for the encounter to make a bow reroll and attack difference.
And then he's going to attack. 83. Go down there. And he doesn't have anything that he can use right now. Alright, and then we're going to attack again or defend.
I usually bandage now. I can't use for the rest of the chapter.
Correct. But he can try to heal you when it comes back around to him.
So should I wait?
Yeah, you should wait. These guys are going to choose to attack, or are you going to choose to attack? Okay. So the Angry Mob's going to attack again. 97. And so, starting with the first leader player, he's going to take 2 damage. So we're going on 13. So attacking you, 4 plus 1, so 5. What's that? What are you down to?
8.
8. Alright, and then attacking him. So 3. Says 80 plus, so they have to actually go up 1 on the counter. So 4, he takes 4 points of damage. So, starting with him, he's going to choose to go 1 power point. And he's got infinite uses, so I guess he can use it multiple times now. So he'll use it twice on you. Because like this one says once per round, this one says infinite uses, so I'm assuming it means he can use it more than once. So you get 8 points of restored. And he's going to attack. Now he's going to attack. 12. Nothing. He starts here and then goes this way. So. 16. So then them. 17. Crap.
Wow.
Alright, so this guy's going to choose to defend, this guy's going to choose to attack, whichever guy's going to choose to do. Okay. So then they're going to attack us. 77. So right now they're on a +1, but -5 might. So 1d4 against the friar. So that's 2 plus 1, so that's 3. So he's going to go down to 11. So this guy just took damage, and then it's now you're going to take damage. So 2. And then this gave him a +10 defense, but it's still not going to matter because they rolled 77. That would only gave him 46. So he's still taking damage. So he's taking 4 points of damage. 2, 3. He's down to 8. Alright. Okay, and so then we're going to attack the monster, the mob again. And then, what happened to that boon? Give that to him. And then he's going to give me 8 points back. So back up to 16. And he's out of points, but then he's going to use this to recover all power points. Go back to 5. What's he got? And then he just healed him 8, so now he's going to attack. So 83, finally. Because we forgot to choose the attack or defend again, but it doesn't matter at this point. So then, huh? Roll for you. Okay. You got a 24. What's your might? 5. Yeah, not enough. And the archaeologist is gonna go. Sir Belmont, Senor Belmont. So 79 minus 10. Is still enough to hit him, so we're going to go down to 1. Are you going to choose to attack or defend this round? We're all going to attack. And then the angry mob are going to attack us with a 36. With no bonuses. And that's enough to hit him. Enough to hit him. And then your defense is 39, so you don't get hit. Well, yeah. Yeah, so the archaeologist is going to get hit. It's a minus 1 damage. So he's going to take 3. So he's going to go down to 13. And then the... I guess they should start with the exorcist, but exorcist is going to get attacked. So he's going to get 0 points. 11 already. And then he's going to use his purification on himself to gain 4 points. So he's going to back up to 15. And then he's going to use it again on Sir Belmont. And he's going to go back up to 17. And then he's going to use it one more time. He's going to give you 4 more Vita too. Okay, and then starting with him, he's going to attack the angry mob. We got to get rid of these guys. 85, and they are gone. So we're each going to get an additional 6 coin. The tension leaves as quickly as it escalated. These villagers are scared. It explains their short fuse, but what is more surprising is how defeated they seem once they've calmed down. It's as if they believe no amount of fighting will help. After peace is restored, a farmer approaches you nervously and says, "Your priest passed through my land inquiring about the way to Nurian's Hollow. I told him a shortcut I know. A day later, crazed wolves came down out of those hills, devouring my livestock and attacking my family. We ran here to Osling to find help, but everyone's too scared to leave town. If you agree to destroy those wolves, I will tell you of the shortcut." Story tutorial. The choose your path below will lead your group down alternate story paths. One will lead directly to an encounter, while the other will have other consequences. To ensure you do not miss any of the tutorial instructions, they will be listed here. Adventuring and leadership changes. When you enter a map, characters entering adventuring mode and leadership changes to the next character. The first thing to do is set up the map by placing the map shown, and place all objects shown as search markers, skill dice, and doors. Next, place all creatures on the map if applicable. Finally, place all characters on the start zone. I think we'll stop right here and then pick up the next video when we get into the choice that we're going to make. Sound good? Again, in the comments below, if I wasn't doing the ability cards correctly, like purification says infinite uses, so I'd assume I can use it more than once. And per the skirmish, there's no necessary rules that say how the turn goes. All it says is that we choose our attack, monsters attack, each hero attacks, and that's all it states, other than to repeat. It doesn't say when heroes can use ability cards. So I assume that I'm doing it correctly. If not, the book does say I can implement my own rules. It doesn't say how many times I can use an ability for the skirmish. So if someone has some feedback on that, I'd love to hear it. So again, comment down below, and we'll see you guys next time.